students. In this video, we are going to be looking at the topic something you borrowed from someone. Say what it was, when you borrowed it, from whom you borrowed it, and how you felt. Now let's take a look at the sample answer. Borrowing and lending happens very often within my close-knit circle of friends. From textbooks, footwear, pieces of clothing to even small amounts of money during emergencies. I'd like to talk to you about an occasion when I borrowed a book from my close friend Bhagya. This happened just about 6 months back. I had to go to Delhi on short notice. And whenever I travel, especially for a long haul, books are a crucial travel companion for me. And I love to burrow myself in a book to counter the boredom of a long journey. But unfortunately, this time I didn't get a chance to buy a new book. So I decided to borrow one from my friend. Bhagya is the most voracious reader in our group and she has a huge collection of books. And she readily lent me one. It was Buried Thoughts by Joseph Joes. I was surprised to see that the pages of the book were yellowing. Some of the pages were loose and detached, and the spine was loose. It was obviously an old publication. And Bhagya told me that the book belonged to her mother. And her mother had bought it when she was in college, and she had passed it on to Bhagya. So the book was a prized possession for her. And because of its sentimental value, Bhagya kept the book with great care. And lending this to me indicated how much she trusted me. I was quite overwhelmed by her gesture, and I promised to take good care of the book and to return it in the same condition. Needless to say, the book was riveting. It kept me absorbed throughout every minute of my long journey. And whenever I took a break, I carefully placed it in my bag. Once I got back home, I returned it safe and sound and well intact, with a box of sweets from Delhi to express my gratitude. Bhagya was delighted, both by the sweets and the sense of responsibility with which I took care of her book and kept her trust. Okay, now let's look at some ideas for part 3. What is your opinion about borrowing things? Well, there's nothing wrong with it. Borrowing and lending, if done politely and responsibly, can cultivate better bonds. It can deepen our relationship. We feel good when we are able to help others. Also, it makes more sense to borrow than buy, especially if you need something for a one-time use or you use that thing very rarely. For example, items like power tools or an extension ladder. What are the courtesies we need to observe while borrowing things? Well, we should borrow only from people we are close to. We should not make it a regular habit, and we should not take advantage of people who are generous and kind. We should take good care of the item we borrow and return it in the same or even a better condition. We should return things promptly and with a thank you note. If an item gets damaged or ruined while in our possession, we should be honest about it. We should get it repaired or replace it. Let's talk about borrowing money. Well, small amounts are okay, but borrowing large sums of money can strain the relationship. If we default on the loan, it can cause resentment and loss of trust. So it's better to avoid it. What are the things we should not share? Well, personal belongings such as soap bars, towels, cosmetics, etc. should not be shared because it can be very unhygienic. With that, we come to the end of this video. I'm sure our videos will help you ace your performance in the exam. I'll be back with another video. So till then, goodbye. Subscribe and click on the bell icon for more updates.